feel like I've really found something I can keep doing. It's a process I really, really enjoy. And I figured I would do a video for you guys showing you what courses I have made so far. And I'll talk a little bit about my experiences with Skillshare and YouTube. What do you guys think about Skillshare? What are your doubts, concerns? What is Skillshare to you? Do you even know what it is? I mean, if you're watching this part of the video, this is the beginning of the video, so maybe you don't know what Skillshare is. I understand that if you are, that I'm really trying to focus on Skillshare and you've watched some of my other Skillshare content, then maybe you're watching this because you actually are interested in Skillshare, but that's different. What I'm really trying to understand is, how many people actually know about Skillshare? Because I'm starting to get the impression that not that many people do. I'll bring it up and they're like, huh? What's that? What do you mean skills? And then they're like, oh, it's a website. Ah, okay. So there's a lot of times where I talk to people and they don't know what Skillshare is. And that makes sense because Skillshare isn't that big. So I'm also super curious, do you guys watching this video, do you know what Skillshare is? Comment, tell me what you think about it, what you know about it, because I need to learn what people's perspective is about Skillshare, because it's been, both really fun. I've learned a lot because I consume courses to study in order to create the courses more effectively, right? I'll watch other people's courses about the same subjects, and then I'll be like, oh, I like that, I didn't like that, ooh, that was really cool, and then I'll try and incorporate that into my own courses, right? So this has essentially made me actually study other people's courses almost every day, which is something I've always wanted to do, but couldn't really bring myself to. Whereas in this case, it just kind of happens naturally through the course creation process. And it really helps that, with Skillshare, you get all the courses for the same cost as just having one. So it's not like on Udemy where I would have to pay for each individual course if I wanted to take it and make my own course. On Skillshare, it's just like freaking YouTube. I can just watch whatever I want, and I love that. It's really, really, really cool. Now let's talk about the courses that I've made so far. Started with this YouTube course. I'm going to show you a quick overview of the course. You can see how long it is and how many lessons it is.
Videos without.
Right? Whoa, let's stop that. So let's see, this course is 1 hour and 10 minutes, and it has 22 lectures, which I think is one of the longest ones. And so far, 1 project, 1 post, 1 review. Woo! It's funny because making these courses, I had some expectations about the ones that would do better and the ones that would do worse, right? And this course, for example, I thought would do really well because it's the course that I put the most effort into, and it's about the thing that has changed my life the most, running a YouTube channel, right? My life was changed by YouTube at 2,000 subscribers, right? You don't need to get big for YouTube to cause things to happen that changes almost everything about your life if you're willing to be open to these changes, right? And so for me, I could not recommend people make YouTube channels more. YouTube is an amazing, absolutely amazing opportunity for so many people because YouTube allows you to make money doing what you love. Take me, for example. I earn money being myself. I just get paid to be me on video. People pay me to talk to me. They pay to watch courses, even though the content is also available for free on YouTube, right? It's insane, and it only is possible because of YouTube. And this is something that any of you guys could do as well. Yeah, maybe you think, oh, Jack, you can only do that because you have a YouTube audience. And yeah, that's true. But 2 years ago, I didn't have a YouTube channel. Okay, actually, I guess time has passed. 3 years ago, I didn't have a YouTube channel, right? Anybody can do this stuff. I'm not, I know that sometimes I come across as very articulate and educated, but on paper, I look like shit, guys. I don't have a college degree. I got kicked out of high school. I got kicked out of college. I haven't, worked in years now, 2 or 3 years. I haven't even updated my resume in 7 years because I don't need it anymore. YouTube is my resume. My online presence is like it fills all of these roles that all of this traditional stuff used to fill, right? And all of you guys could do this as well. All you got to do is regularly make YouTube videos and be useful to people. You have to find information that makes you feel like you don't want to share it, or makes you feel like it's risky to share it, and share that stuff. You gotta just get it out there, because that's the kind of content that makes your audience really grow. And that's where you get the opportunities from, is because if you identify chunks of information that's useful to people and you give it away, this, I don't know how to explain it, but you go from not knowing what the information is and not knowing the people and not being connected to having access to everything that you need if you're willing to give information away and just freely talk about it and not hide it from other people. The act of keeping information to yourself, it limits the amount of access that you get to information in the future. And like in my life, I've established a reputation as a person who gives away information. And because of this, and because of my work in the past, I regularly am given information that's super valuable for free. Because people know that I've helped them out in the past, and they know that they learned something super cool, and they think that I'd like to know it, and they just tell me. Like, I don't even know who the people are, and I get messages being like, hey, have you checked out this website? I think it'd be great for you. And it's like, what? It's scary and almost unfair how hard it is in the beginning, and then it just gets easier and easier and easier. Like, the quality of my life now compared to how it was in the past is completely night and day. I don't have to worry about anything anymore. Like, I catch myself being like, oh man, I gotta prep for, oh no, that's taken care of. Oh, but there's that big, oh no, there's no more big bills that I don't have the money for. Oh, but there's the, oh no, there's like, I have all the food I want. I can cook whenever I want. I'm surrounded by awesome people. It's like, whoa, wait. Life actually did get better. That wasn't just some bullshit I was telling myself to cope with trauma. Like, it's crazy, guys. And I know that I just went on a big rant about that. But this is just to show you, like, YouTube is such a great opportunity. And if you can get YouTube to be a coping mechanism for you, like you use YouTube to deal with hardship in life, and when you're emotional, somehow you just make YouTube videos, it changes so much. You don't even have to be that great at it. Like, guys, I just record videos like this. Like, I get in a mood and I'm like, all right, I'm going to record a video. Like, I don't edit these videos much at all. And I'm not a big YouTuber. Like, there are YouTubers who are so much bigger, right? But again, my life was changed at like 2,000 or 3,000 subs. At this point, that was a year and a half ago. Like, whoosh, it's crazy how amazing YouTube is. And I'm sidetracked. So let's get off that YouTube thing. Again, I was saying that I thought, yeah, you can tell, like, just talking about YouTube, right? I got sidetracked into all the emotions and how much I love YouTube, right? So I had these preconceptions about which courses would be the best, because this one is about that energy that I'm talking to you about the importance of running a YouTube channel and just getting it started and creating that content. And who cares if it's not great? Who cares if it's not perfect? Who cares if nobody watches you at first? You just gotta make it, and boom, like it changes things with time, right? Like, absolutely. And so this course is about that. But it isn't my best performing course, which is pretty funny, because I definitely thought it would be, because personally, out of all these subjects, that is the one that changed my life the most, running a YouTube channel, especially doing it without editing video. Right? Because it just enables you to make content so easily, so quickly, that you can create like 10 or 20 videos in the time that somebody creates one really good, well-edited video. And obviously, like, that well-edited video is better quality, better content, better for your audience. But getting yourself to the point where you have an audience sometimes is all about just being really experimental and trying a lot of different things out and really getting used to recording. So it's tricky. you know. But what I realized about this course after I made it is that it's kind of too general. Like, it's definitely, like, it's what I would have needed to start a YouTube channel. But a lot of the people who want to start a YouTube channel but haven't, they don't necessarily need to be convinced that YouTube is worth it. They need to be shown how to make their content, right? So after that course, I started thinking like, okay, I did a course about running a YouTube channel, but what about the specifics, the skills that are necessary to actually continue with the channel, to make the content for the channel, right? So that's when I started thinking like, okay, one of the things about Skillshare is you're supposed to teach a very specific thing. And I think in a way the first course was a bit too general in that sense. So you can tell that, okay, this is about running a YouTube channel, and then I have a course about YouTube keyword SEO, Skillshare courses, screencast recording, and video editing. All of this is directly relevant to running a YouTube channel, right? Like, making courses on Skillshare isn't about making YouTube videos, but Skillshare videos, in my case, are just more like finely tuned, edited YouTube videos. So it's kind of like, once you are making these YouTube videos, how to monetize that skill, that talent of video creation that you're developing in your YouTube channel, right? That's kind of the role that I think Skillshare plays. And it also, Skillshare serves as a really, really, really effective sponsor, because Skillshare will give you $10 for every single referral that you sign up, right? So if I go to my refer a friend settings here, you can see that since I started 2.5 months ago, well, I'm almost in my third month, I have 109 referrals, okay? That is $1,090. And if we scroll down to the bottom, oh, actually, no, we need to go to my teacher stats. You can see my first month, second month, and then current month. So my first month was $110, second month was $280, and then the current month is, so okay, we had 28 referrals, 11 referrals, so that's 39 referrals, right? So now if we go back to my global referral list, which is right here, refer a friend, this month isn't even over, right? And it is 30, so 109 minus 39 is 70. So this month, 70 referrals, $700 in a month. And that has nothing to do with my Skillshare courses. Most of these referrals are using other courses on Skillshare. But again, because I'm talking about Skillshare, doing videos like this, it is a really effective way to further monetize my YouTube channel. Like, for some reference, I've spent like 3 or 4 hours creating YouTube videos about Skillshare, and it's earned me over $1,000. Like, nothing in my life in the past has ever been that like monetarily successful based on time spent. And it's so amazing for me because it allows me to get away from drop shipping while doing something that any of you guys could do as well. Literally, like, there is nothing in like my life that you can't build yourself. You could do what I'm doing in less than 1 or 2 years. Like, absolutely. And that for me is so important because I don't want to be doing things that like are working well for me and earning money for me, but aren't really possible for you guys. And to be honest, when I was bulk drop shipping, I kind of felt that way because like the way I was drop shipping was all about getting information and establishing myself and getting known. Like, there's that thing that, like, of course I was trying to make it profitable, but I also understood that even if I wasn't able to earn a lot of money drop shipping, I would still be able to get myself into a position where I was a YouTuber. And that was my dream. That was what I loved and wanted so badly. So I know that for me, that was a very unique transition into becoming a YouTuber. And I know that that's not something that most people have the life circumstance that they could do. Like, I put myself through a lot of stress and uncertainty and fear to be able to do it that way. And that's not ideal. Like, looking back, I could have just started a YouTube channel about anything. I didn't need to start it drop shipping. Granted, that allowed me to monetize it, but I could have been doing what I'm doing now, where I'm making YouTube videos about stuff that I'm learning and making courses. Like, I could have started off that way. Absolutely. And I would be at a point now where I had already done all the stuff that I'm doing now and not done as much drop shipping stuff. And like, it's more comfortable for me now because I'm aware of this and I have all this information, and I'm confident that any of you guys listening, like, it's a better opportunity for you to start a YouTube channel and make courses than it is for you to drop ship. Like, I get that drop shipping seems easy, and unfortunately, a lot of the people interested in drop shipping, they aren't actually going to be able to change their lives. And that's not because drop shipping is dead or anything. It's just because the people who are interested in it just want fast money, and they don't want to, like, work for a year or two on something that isn't paying them immediately. They need instant gratification, and unfortunately, that's how most people are. And that is kind of unsettling for me because I'm starting to realize more and more that it's not about having information. I used to think it was all about having the right information, but it's not. It honestly is as simple as just having the right mentality. You have to change the way that you think so that you view obstacles as problems to solve, because that's all that it boils down to. Once you perceive obstacles as things that you can fix, everything in your life changes. You have to accept that you are the only one who can change the quality of your life. And if you really want your circumstance to change, you have to stop complaining. You have to stop being around negative people. You have to stop letting your perspective be an obstacle is a reason to stop. You have to stop being paranoid. You have to get away from the mentalities that cause you to doubt everything. Because all of that doubt, all of that paranoia, all of that insecurity, all of that fear, that is what actually stops you from living the life that you want. It's nice to think that it was your parents or your circumstance, or you don't have the right information, or you're not ambitious enough, or you're too lazy, or whatever. But the reality is, it's how you perceive obstacles that stops you from being successful. If you perceive obstacles as things that have solutions, you just don't know what those solutions are. Well, if you perceive it, you understand the solution exists. I just don't know what it is, but I know it exists. If you can get yourself to a point where you absolutely know that it exists, even if you don't know how to find it, if you can convince your brain that that solution is there somewhere, if you can do that, you are so much more likely to be successful. So much more likely, because it's all about that mentality. Most people come across obstacles and they let the obstacle become something that stops them. You can't do it because of this. You can't do it because of this. You can't do it because of this. That mentality is dangerous. All right. So I want to get back into this. I know I keep getting emotional and hyped, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be talking about my Skillshare courses, so you guys know what courses I have available on Skillshare. So again, I was thinking about how this one's more general, and then I made more specific courses. So the specific courses are the YouTube keyword course, and this is the shortest course I have. It's only 20 minutes, and that was really fun for me because essentially what I found is I want to make 20-minute courses, but every time I try to, it ends up being like 45 minutes or an hour, right? Like this course is an hour, this course is 20 minutes, this course is 45 minutes, this course is an hour, and this course is 45 minutes. So making this course be 20 minutes was actually kind of challenging, and it was really fun to have to redo the videos and try and be like, okay, what do I say in every video? Is that sentence necessary? Is it relevant? Is it leading the viewer down a path that makes sense? Or is it unnecessary or redundant, right? Like, I'm really, in this course in particular, I really like tried to be like, all right, that's not contributing to what the person needs to learn, so get rid of it. So this course, I actually have a lot of loop cuts, and I made most of the videos really short because I really wanted to focus on trying to make a short course just to see if I would be able to. And I'm proud of how all of these courses have come out. They definitely could have some room for improvement, obviously. You can always make things better, but I'm definitely really happy with my progress and how Skillshare has been going. And I'm confident that I'm getting a good amount of referrals now from Skillshare. And that's accounting for most of my income from Skillshare. But I'm confident that I'll be able to grow my course consumption so that I'm actually getting a couple $100s a month from people watching my courses alone, not just from referrals. The referrals are it's gonna be more income than my courses, almost certainly, because I run a YouTube channel. If I didn't run the YouTube channel, then it's completely possible that this would be a much more long-term game. But even in that case, like, without my referral income, first month's income, $5, second month's income, $15, third month's $45. Like, that's better than a lot of things I tried in the past, especially considering it's not an all day, everyday workload. Like, when I started my first 30 days, I was taking a course every day, a new course, and watching a YouTube video every day, and making one course a week. Guys, that was like an hour and a half to 3 hours of work Monday through Friday for 4 weeks. That's not a lot. And I'm pretty confident that if you guys follow me, and if you're watching this far into the video, then like you understand that one of the things that's important to me is working smart. There's a whole lot of misinformation out there about hard work, and people like really emphasize hustling and working your ass off and putting in the hours. And personally, that's something that's really unsettling to me, because most of the like successful self-employed people I know are like that. And from my perspective, like, look guys, like I lost my dad. I was really sick myself. My mom was really sick. She got cancer. She went through it. My father was killed by cancer. I've been through a lot in my life. And let me tell you something. When people close to you die, it forces you to look at the way that you live your life. And if you're working all the time and you're not spending time with the people that you love, you are wasting your time on this planet. It's great to think that, oh, you got to focus on yourself, you got to make your own career, you got to become a big boss person, work all the time, work really hard, hustle, 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 hustle. Fuck that shit. You do that, you're going to be depressed, emotional, and when you die, you're going to regret working all the time. And I know that because I thought I was going to die. I was super sick. I wasn't able to live the same life as my friends. I had to accept that I would probably never have the same kind of quality of life that the people I knew did. And I watched my mother almost die, and I watched my father die. Trust me, you cannot focus exclusively on work and money. It's great to think that if you just earned more money, if you just worked harder, all of your problems would be gone. But that's not true. Everything in life is relative. And if you just focus on work and earning money, you're going to find that you have the things that you want material-wise, but your life feels empty. It doesn't feel meaningful because you haven't focused on the people, the connections with people that you love. That is where the truest, most enriching, best quality of life comes from. You have to focus on working efficiently and effectively, not hard. There's so many people out there who try and get you to think because they've convinced themselves that they have to work all day to change their lives. That isn't true. It only takes 30 minutes to 60 minutes a day, every single day, to change your future. And that's the part that's way more important. It's not about working your ass off all day and hustling. It's not about that. It's about doing something every single day that makes your future better. No matter how you feel, no matter what happens to you, you always, every day, do something that makes your future better. That is so much more important than burning yourself out and working all the time. So much more important. And like, you can change your life only working an hour or two a day. I'm a really good example of that. I am lazy, guys. Like, okay, I'm not lazy as a person, but I can be lazy. I don't want to work on any one thing for more than an hour or two. The only time I can do that is if it's a short-term project that lasts like a week. Like when I get really passionate about something, I can lose track of time and just do it. But I can't do that every day, and I don't want to do that every day. I want to have like an hour or two of stuff that I do. Everything else is taken care of by my past work, and I can focus on whatever I think is the best for my progression and the balance of myself and the community that I live in, right? So I have tons of time to clean up. I have tons of time to spend with my friends. If something goes wrong in one of their lives and they need more support, I can be there like that, easy. I can make a meaningful, impacting difference in the lives of the people I love. If I had the mentality of burning myself out and working all the time, I wouldn't be able to do that. And honestly, what's the point of becoming your own boss if you still have to work all the fucking time? You know? There we go. Another. I swear, there's got to be like an emotional rant in between each course here, right? That seems to be what's going on with this video. So with the keyword course, it was really fun just to be able to make a course that's much shorter, and that's the only course that I really tried to make as short as possible. I was like, okay, I know exactly what I'm trying to teach. I just got to do it really quickly, really effectively, because basically the premise of this course is running off of like, all right, people want to be YouTubers, so how can I show them how to do product research? And this is another one of the similarities with dropshipping and making YouTube videos and courses. Essentially, when you're dropshipping, you're doing product research to identify items that you can sell. Whereas when you're making YouTube videos or courses, you're doing product research to identify items that you can create. You know, the key difference here is I own this intellectual property. I don't have to worry about Vero. I don't have to worry about losing my eBay account. I don't have to worry about none of that, because these are products that I own. And every time somebody purchases it, I don't have to go to Walmart and place an order. I don't have to deal with gift cards. It's all boom. Oh, course sold. Course got created. New person making it. New person taking it. New person taking it. I don't have to do anything. I could be eating dinner or like cooking kimchi or watching YouTube videos. And that is so amazing. It's like all of the things I liked about dropshipping without the stuff I didn't like. It's perfect for me, right? So after doing that, I did a course about Skillshare. Actually, no, wait, that's not right. This course was my third course. Actually, no, this was my second course. This one here. And this course, as you can see, has 37 students. This one has 4, this one has 9, and this one has 9. So this is by far my most successful course at the moment in this beginning period on Skillshare, right? And that's really interesting because it's kind of similar to the YouTube course, except the YouTube course was generally about how to motivate yourself to start a YouTube channel in the first place, how to think, how to be able to create the content and get over the insecurities and all that kind of stuff. Whereas the screencasting course is specifically showing you how to use OBS to make videos just like this one that I'm making right now. And it, I think, does a lot better because I was able to identify the specific skill that is necessary to create YouTube content using OBS to live stream and to record videos. That's really the thing that enabled me to make my YouTube channel. Whereas the mentality is what enabled me to start and to continue, right? Like for me, I have no doubts about whether I will be able to keep making YouTube videos or not. Absolutely no doubts, because for me, YouTube is how I respond to the stuff that happens to me. I go through my day, through my life, and I get these emotions and feelings, and I'm like, oh, I gotta make a video about that. It doesn't feel like work. Like, I want to do it. I love making videos, and that just makes it so much easier, right? So this course is, I think, probably, like, it makes sense that this is the course that is doing the best, because it is the most, like, detail packed course, and it teaches something very specific. And at this point, I got a pretty solid understanding of how projects work in Skillshare. So you can see here that there's 5 projects and 3 reviews. For some frames of reference, Skillshare looks at your engagement, and typically you can expect like 1 to 10% of the amount of reviews to be projects. So what would be typical here is 3 reviews. That would mean 0.3 projects, but I have 5 projects, and that is a really good sign that I created the course in a way that makes it very easy to engage in the project. And right now it's not going to be super relevant because the course is still really small, but once it gains more traction and gets bigger, and Skillshare really sees that there is a high engagement rate, that means that it's really likely that Skillshare itself will push the course, and then you can really start having more success on Skillshare. Because the moment you get one course pushed by Skillshare or endorsed for some reason or shared or whatever, then that creates a funnel of new students who then will look at your other courses as well. So one of your courses getting attention brings it, like, opens the door to all of your courses. And that's why I'm confident that if I just keep creating courses and I keep making them better and I keep doing this and I keep sticking with this enthusiasm, I know that everything's going to work out. And that's why I'm so surprised that I've made $1,000 on Skillshare already. Like, I was not expecting that at all. In my head, I was like, all right, if I make a course every week, maybe in like 6 or 7 months, I'll be getting a couple $100s per month from Skillshare. That was the way I was thinking about it. So I'm still blown that I've been earning that already. That was way better than I expected. And so I'm really happy about that, like truly, genuinely happy. So I would say that this is my best course on Skillshare. And I'm not saying that just because of the fact that more people have taken it, but there's more to it than that. Like, I was in a really good mood when I was recording the course. It was after I'd recorded another Skillshare course, so I had more experience, I had more practice, and I was able to identify more specific things that people want. So after creating these 4 courses, I took a break. I actually went on vacation. I had to renew my visa in Nicaragua, so I went to Costa Rica with one of my roommates, and we just like skated and hung out. It was super awesome. I had a really great time. It was super fun. Met a bunch of really cool people, and it got way better at Spanish and skating. Like, I learned how to that was the trip where I can actually ollie now, whereas in the past I couldn't ollie at all. And now that's the thing. I was practicing. So it was cool to like put my work aside. I didn't bring my laptop. I disabled a lot of stuff on my phone, so the only thing I could do was look at WhatsApp messages and watch YouTube videos. And I had an amazing time. But I took like 2 weeks away from Skillshare. So after these 4 courses, I took 2 weeks away, I reflected a lot, and then I just made my first course since taking that 2-week break, and that is this rapid video editing course. And this is, again, with the mentality of like, all right, how can I identify specific things that people need to be able to create content? Because the courses that are about the mentality necessary or the information necessary, the language necessary, they aren't doing as well. They aren't getting as much attention. Whereas the course that shows exactly how to create the content, the technical side of it, that's doing really well. And it's also something that a lot of you guys have mentioned in the past. You like my more technical videos. You like it when I go really into detail about how to use a specific tool or service. So that's what I did with this course. This is all about video editing using Wondershare Filmora. And for me, now, I tried to get into video editing in the past, but the software was really expensive. Like, I'm talking about like 8 or 9 years ago when I was much younger. I'm still young, but you know, at that point I was like not out of school yet, and it was just like really expensive and really intimidating. So I'm glad that now there's a lot of cheaper options available. Like Wondershare Filmora, for example, is free, as long as you're comfortable with there being a watermark. If you want to get rid of the watermark, then it costs $60 for a whole lifetime of access to the tool, and like, that's awesome. A lot of these tools used to be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars, and the industries are just getting more and more competitive and cheaper, and it's amazing for the consumer, like absolutely amazing for you and me, like super amazing. So I'm really happy with how Skillshare has been going. As you guys can tell, like, you know, I'm honestly, it's not even just Skillshare. Like everything in my life is unfairly good. Like I don't work that hard, guys. I work effectively when I do work, but I don't work very much. I don't work very hard. And what I've come to understand is that just because you work hard doesn't mean anything. Most of the working world works incredibly hard and isn't properly compensated for their time and effort. That is our reality. So if you get addicted to working hard, you are fucking yourself. And you got to be really careful, because that is a super competitive path to head down, filled with a bunch of people who don't have their basic needs covered because they are working all the time, so they're not able to be at their best. They're not able to be there for the people they love. They're more likely to be depressed, more likely to have issues with like mental disorders and being bipolar and having drug problems and abusing alcohol. All of this stuff becomes more common when you are overworking yourself and you are burning yourself out. So you have to be really careful with the mentality that you have. And if you could learn anything from me, it's work smart, not hard. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment or reach out to me. You are welcome to send me an email at jackpitman@gmail.com. You can schedule a call with me if you would like. I do free calls as long as you let me record it and publish it to my YouTube channel. So that means you could schedule a call with me. Just go to my Calendly link. It is calendly.com/JackPitman. Okay? You go to this link, and then you click one of these 6 options, okay? So if you run a YouTube channel, I will help you make free content for your YouTube channel. You can contact me, we will set up a time, and you will record a video where we can talk about whatever you want, and it's completely free because it's being recorded. Even though it's not going on my YouTube channel, it's going on your YouTube channel, okay? And if you want to talk about something and have it be published on my YouTube channel, again, it's free. We could do a question and answer session where you just bring like 10 or 20 questions you want answers to, and I answer them to the best of my ability. We could just talk. If you want to just talk about something, we can just talk. That's fine. I can interview you. We got options here. And if you don't like that, you don't like the idea of it being published, you do have the option of paying me for a private call. And so in this case, it works basically the exact same way. You pick what it is that you want me to talk about. If the more information you give me, the better I'm going to be able to help you. Because a lot of these times I'll be willing to go over 30 minutes. It's not the end of the world if it's like a 45-minute call. But from my perspective, like, you guys, if you don't want to show your faces, you don't want to put yourself out there, that's okay. But you then have to pay for it, because honestly, you're messing yourself up. Exposing myself on YouTube, putting myself out there, completely and utterly changed my life. And I believe that almost all the time, you would be better off doing one of these free public calls and providing your contact information, because then that means that you get to get some of the benefits of a YouTube channel without actually having your own YouTube channel. You've put yourself out there a little bit, and people can communicate with you and reach out to you. You never know what can happen from that. Like in my case, my life was changed by one interaction from YouTube. And now there have been tons of interactions, you know? But yeah, so you can pay $20 if you want to talk, and I'll talk to you for 30 minutes about anything you want. It could be to motivate you. Like, say that you want to hold yourself more accountable. You are welcome to just be like, all right, Jack, call me on this day and tell me to do this thing, and be relentless and positive and just keep reminding me that it's important to me, because I've been trying to do it, but I just haven't been able to. I keep putting it off, and I need somebody to hold me accountable. You can pay me to do that. That's completely fine. Or you could use one of the free options. Just remember, it's got to be recorded. All right? And again, any of you guys can schedule time with me. All you do is go to this link, calendly.com/Jack_Pitman. You click on one of these, and then you just pick a day, and then you pick a time. That's all you got to do. And then you provide your contact information, and I call you at the time that you chose. Okay? All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate your time, effort, attention, especially getting this far into the video. Like, man, that's freaking awesome. If you want to check out Skillshare, check out my link in the description. You can get all of my courses and every other course on Skillshare for free for 60 days. And if you publish a course, a 10-minute course, within that first 60 days, you get a whole year of Skillshare for free. You don't actually have to pay anything to get all of this information if you don't want to. If you're willing to work a little bit and create a product, you can get all of this information in return for creating that little product, even if you don't get a single student. Everything you guys need to change the quality of your life is right in front of you. It's just a matter of changing your mentality. Perceive obstacles as problems that you can solve. Everything else after that will slowly but surely fall directly into place. Ciao.